If you ever strolled down the streets of Manhattan in Spider-Man Miles Morales, you may have noticed several references to other famous elements from pop culture. Besides the many references to Avengers, such as their huge tower in the middle of the Upper East Side, here is every Easter egg in Spider-Man Miles Morales. And if we missed any, let us know in the comments.
Let's test drive this baby. All right. I can see everything you see.
At the beginning of the game, Miles is moving to a new apartment. He unpacks his stuff between two missions, leaving us just enough time to spot an Easter egg. During the La Noche Buena mission, you could see various books and comics on the shelf near Miles' bed. Among those books lies Amazing Fantasy number 15 from 1962, the very first appearance of Spider-Man in Marvel Comics. The Spider-Man universe has been known to kill its heroes as relatives. In Spider-Man Miles Morales, you could pay your respects to the aunt and uncle of Peter Parker. May and Ben Parker's graves lay side by side in Harlem Cemetery. While you are still in Harlem Cemetery, head north from May and Ben Parker's grave to find another gravesite decorated with a group of fresh flowers. This one is for Officer Jefferson Davis, Miles' father, who died on duty. Paying your respects to Miles' father unlocks a trophy, Never Give Up. Another great figure that passed away both in real life and in the Spider-Verse is Stan Lee, creator of Spider-Man and a host of other Marvel characters. Even though we won't be able to see his cameo in Marvel movies again, Stan Lee will remain forever in Spider-Man Miles Morales. Marvel's dad has his own statue in Spider-Man Miles Morales right next to Mick's Diner, where he did a cameo on the first Spider-Man game on PS4.
Okay, Pete. Yeah, I got this. Take it away, Capo. Whoa, wait, that's the ball.
During the first mission, when Miles is chasing Rhino in a mall, take some time to look at the light hanging from the ceiling. Among the designer lamps is the logo of Insomniac Games, developer of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Wakanda Forever. Wakanda flags are visible throughout the game, as during the Harlem Festival or in a time capsule buried in Manhattan. Wakanda also has its own embassy located in Midtown Manhattan. Chadwick Boseman, the actor of Black Panther in the MCU movies, passed away last August. To pay tribute, Spider-Man Miles Morales names a street after him. A part of 42nd Street between the 1st and 33rd Avenue is now called the Boseman Way. Have you ever wondered who Spider-Man's neighbors are? When Miles exits his building, enter photo mode to zoom in on the names on the intercom. Among Miles' neighbors, some popular figures like Waldo from the Where's Waldo series and Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. But bad guys are always close in the Spider-Verse, so Miles also lives near Freddy and Jason, two of the most dangerous killers in horror movies. But the most dangerous one might be Cthulhu, the old god from H.P. Lovecraft's story who could wipe out the world if awakened. Don't worry though, he drew a cute picture of himself on the intercom, so he's probably a good guy. Miles also shares his neighborhood with other heroes from the Marvel Universe. Besides the Avengers, who have been a part of the Spider-Man universe since Peter worked with them, we could see other Marvel heroes in the streets of Manhattan. Nelson and Murdoch, the lawyers from Daredevil, have their office on West 44th Street. Jessica Jones's private agency, Alias Investigation, is located in Hell's Kitchen. The Marvel heroes can also relax in Daredevil's favorite bar, Josie's. During the Tinker Tailor Spider Spy mission, you could see some familiar faces if you look at the list of Simon's mercenaries. He left a file open on a terminal in the back of the room, and you could see a short description of 3 of his criminals for hire. The first one is a cat burglar who recently retired. This meets the description of Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. Peter Parker met her in the City That Never Sleeps DLC for Spider-Man's PS4 game. The second is the leader of a defunct biker gang, presumably invulnerable and incarcerated. If you played Marvel's Spider-Man, that may also sound familiar. Peter Parker met him under the name of Lonnie Lincoln, also known by his alias Tombstone. The last one is an infiltration specialist Miles knows really well and may meet again, so we won't spoil anything. Speaking of the Tinker Tailor Spider Spy mission, its name is also an Easter egg. It refers to the book Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy and a 2011 movie with Gary Oldman, Colin Firth, and Benedict Cumberbatch. In a time capsule, Miles can find tickets for a concert he saw with Finn back in 2015. This concert was by Dazzler, aka Alison Blair and Lila Cheney from the X-Men universe. Several Easter eggs are included with these tickets. The reference number on the upper left corner is AL0130. AL for Alison Blair, 0130 as per the number of the Uncanny X-Men issue she debuted in. There is also a 34X referring to All New X-Men number 34, where the X-Men end up in the same universe as Miles Morales. Another time capsule contains a miniature wheel, with a green man driving it from its center. It's a reference to Jackson Wheely, a corrupt businessman who made an appearance in The Amazing Spider-Man number 183 in 1978. Wheely built a giant armored monowheel armed with machine guns and rockets. The version in Spider-Man Miles Morales is way less dangerous, as it looks more like a yellow toy than a weapon of mass destruction. Time capsules are gold mines for Easter eggs, with some more obvious than others. One of the time capsules contains a graphic card with Mastermind X4 handwritten on the front. It's a reference to Jason Wyngarde, threatening the world of X-Men under the name Mastermind. X4 is for the first comic he appeared in, X-Men number 4. Another capsule is an old library book. While it doesn't seem like much at first glance, it's actually an Easter egg to a member of Insomniac Games. The book, written by journalist Ben Urich, is published by Arfman Publishing. This is a nod to Ben Arfman, lead writer on the game. Other developers put their names in Spider-Man Miles Morales, such as environmental artist Muhammad Allen and international communications specialist Gretchen Kirsch. This Easter egg might be the funniest one from this video. Among all the suits Miles could choose from, he could become Spooderman, a viral meme of a poorly drawn Spider-Man. To get the Spooderman look, Miles needs to wear Peter's advanced suit. Unfortunately, it was a glitch and Insomniac Games patched it. We can no longer roam the streets as Spooderman. During the Real Scientist mission, young Miles Morales can steal some memory metal from the Osborn Science Center. As Miles exits the facility, he bumps into Peter Parker talking to his boss, Otto Octavius, later known as Dr. Octopus. Miles can eavesdrop on their conversation to find out more about Octavius' plans for the memory metal.
It would overload our central power.
Not if we integrated it over the entire mesh from multiple entry points.
Do you think you can handle it?
The leader of the Pet Avengers now has his own statue. Lockjaw, the faithful teleporting bulldog of the Inhuman royal family, makes an appearance as a statue in Spider-Man Miles Morales. Lockjaw is a supernatural giant bulldog from the Inhumans and Pet Avengers comics. Does that mean Inhumans and Spider-Man exist in the same universe? We could only hope to meet the Pet Avengers in a future DLC for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Miles' handle on social media is BrooklynSpider42. The number 42 appeared frequently in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse animated movie and is a reference to Jackie Robinson. 42 was the number on his jersey, as he was the first African American to be allowed to play in Major League Baseball. John Jonah Jameson Jr., the angry journalist and former boss of Peter Parker, is not a fan of having more than one Spider-Man. He even wonders in one of his podcasts who else could become Spider-Man, laughing at the idea we could get a Spider-Pig. But we do, as Spider-Pig made his first appearance in the 2018 animated movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. After completing all side quests, Miles receives a gift from the citizens in front of a large building featuring a Black Lives Matter colorful mural. What if the Irish won the Irish Confederate Wars of the mid-1600s? That might not be a question you ask yourself every day, yet someone at Insomniac Games wanted to make this a real thing in the world of Miles Morales. In front of the embassy in the Midtown area stand several flags, including the Irish Confederate flag. What does Wilson Fisk, the bad guy from Spider-Man, love more than anything else? During the underground undercover mission, we could get a look into Wilson Fisk's former vault. Inside this well-protected, massive vault, a portrait of a woman, Vanessa, the one and only love of Wilson Fisk. Near the front door of Harlem's Feast Center is a wall covered with photographs of various people. Taking a closer look reveals they are all employees from Insomniac Games. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed learning that Miles Morales was living next to Buzz Lightyear, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more gaming content.